Good evening, everyone. We are Team Curating, and we will be discussing the basics of curating. My group consists of Shazal Miller, Dijon, Keenan Alexander, Joshua Wilson, Christian Jaiseri, Zanika Morrison, Travis Rojas, and myself, Renee Green. So firstly, what is curating? So the curator is responsible for preparing the wickets and practice areas during cricket season and other duties that would be directed to him or her during the off season. So the curator works on season and off season. The pitch curator is responsible for maintaining the pitch of the cricket stadium. They have to respect the weather and the soil conditions and prepare it in accordance with the international cricket standards. So continuation of the curator responsibilities, they would also determine how much grass must be retained, the moisture levels, and how much rolling the pitch would receive. They also have to drain, fertilize, and weed control, as well as surface rolling. Please note that the curator cannot do everything. So it have a main curator and assistant curators, and the chief curator of the cricket pitch would have staff reporting to him, and the staff would have the authority to control and manage all activities related to pitch maintenance. So it's a team effort.
All right, so now we're going to just discuss a little bit of the factors that could affect curating. Simple factors that could affect curating, as you can see there in the picture. The old saying goes that the only thing that rain could stop is cricket, and very true, right? So one of the most significant factors is weather, as I just mentioned, which could affect the condition of the pitch and the playing conditions. So the curator must also always be ready to make changes to the pitch based on the weather. So sometimes if it's a little too dry, you might want to sprinkle a little bit of water on the surface. If the rain obviously come out, you'll have to get a plastic to cover the cricket pitch, because you don't want the ball to be affected while the bowlers are bowling. All right, and curating during the game. All right, so curating does never stop once the game begins. All right, curators always monitor the pitch throughout the game and make any adjustments as they see fit throughout the game to just maintain a fair contest between both teams. For example, if the pitch showing signs of uneven bounce or a little bit of extra turn, the curator could use the heavy roller to roll over the cricket pitch, or even add water to even out the surface of the cricket pitch. All right, but sometimes, there are limits to what the curators can do during the cricket match, and the International Cricket Council regulations prohibit the curators from making major adjustments to the pitch once the match has begun. So unless there's like extreme weather conditions or other unforeseen circumstances, they want to maintain the cricket pitch quality as to how it was at the start of the game, to maintain a fair contest between both teams.
So when it comes to the evolution of the pitch curation, at the beginning of cricket, curation of the pitch was never a big thing. They just used to leave it to nature and leave the pitch to just be as is. And the first recorded instance of the pitch being curated, well, the first recorded instance was in 1877, when there was a test match between England and Australia, and a man named James Lillywhite Jr. would have prepared the pitch for that game. And since then, there's been a great evolve between what used to be and what is now. So in today, we try to create fairness in the game, but so we want to make sure that the people preparing the pitch and curating the pitch are specialized with experience and expertise. And they do that by taking into condition, weather condition, soil type, grass length, and etc. to make sure that everybody has fair play.
All right, so now moving on to the role of creating in home advantage. And this is a very important aspect as the team have the advantage of preparing the pitches to suit their strengths and their weaknesses. So for example, let's say my team has a strong pace attack, we want to prepare the pitch so that it would have more bounce. Or let's say we have some spinner bowlers on the team, we want to prepare the pitch in such a way that the ball will get more spin when the bowlers bowl. Now with saying that, there have been cases where curators have went overboard and they were creating a very unfair advantage for their teams. So it must be noted that when the curators are preparing the pitches, that there is a fine line between a fair advantage and an unfair advantage that they're not supposed to cross. So that's what I need to make sure. And for the future of creating in cricket, it's looking quite promising. There's new advantages in technology with the use of the moisture meters and the drones, as you can see here on the PowerPoint. They use these technologies basically to get a better understanding of the characteristics of the pitch. And when they get this information, now they could better prepare the pitch for their teams to get an even fair advantage. Moreover, with the T20 league, the franchise-based T20 league, and has become even more critical, more crucial, more important, as teams will need more curators to suit their style of play. So as the game evolves and as team play styles evolve, the art of curating will also evolve along with this work.
All right, so now in this video, we're just going to show a little piece of real life curating. We want to show a cricket pitch. Firstly, the first clip we'll show you all is the outfield on a cricket pitch, and curators are always and also responsible for the cricket pitch and the outfield as well, because at the end of the day, the ball is also going to be rolling on the outfield and the fielders will have to be running and diving and sliding on this outfield as well. So we just want to show how it looks first, and then I'll just explain a little bit. So, right, looking at this outfield, you can see that, well, probably the grass, there's almost no healthy grass on the field, probably because it's currently the sunny season and the curators or the groundsmen of this field and properly watering the grass and replenishing the grass. Also, you can see that there's a massive crack on the field here, and this is caused by the shrinkage in the soil, and this causes the field and the cricket pitch to crack like this. Oh, to mention, sorry about that. To mention, this is also a multi-purpose field, so it's not only cricket will be playing on this. So other sports like football will also be playing on this field. So that could probably be a reason to why the pitch is in the current condition that it's in. This here now, as you can see, they have the plastic over the field. This is, as we mentioned before, showing how the plastic is placed over the pitch itself, sorry, the pitch, to protect it from rainfall. So as you can see, the plastic is completely covering the entire cricket pitch. All right, and now this last little clip here is just a clip of how the pitch looks under the plastic. All right, and in the clip here, you'll see that there's a little bit of grass on the pitch itself, and this could, as we mentioned before, this could affect how the ball behaves when being bowled. And the more grass on the cricket pitch is the better for the fast bowlers, as it will allow them to gain more bounce and make it more difficult for the batsman to play that shot. Right? But sometimes in certain cases it might have too little grass on certain pitches, and this could cause the pitch to be flat and slow and making it too easy for the batsman to play shots. Right? But too much grass on a cricket pitch can make it completely unpredictable and even more difficult to play shots. So you want to get even spread of grass and dirt on the cricket pitch. And I believe that this was a well-trimmed cricket pitch to play cricket on. All right, so this next video here, this video just demonstrates a few real-life curators actually preparing a cricket pitch for the start of the season. So you see them cutting the outfield and cutting the cricket pitch before they use the roller on the cricket pitch itself.
Now we've done our tee marks, we can now select our pitches to begin our pitch preparation for the season. And we're going to select for this demonstration pitch number 1. And what we've done, we've used the importance of the tee marks, as you can see, to string out and outline the edges of the pitch to be cut. Now for this, we want to select a pitch mower with a minimum of 8 to 10 cutting blades. This is essential. And we're going to start off with a height of cut between 7 and 8 mil. Using the string lines as a guide, Dan is making the first cuts down either side of the square to start to outline it. If you haven't got string lines, you could always use a stump to guide you, but it's always best to get a nice, accurate, straight line. It shows pride in the job. And now we've completed our first cut, and you'll have noticed that Dan has come up and down the same cut, and that's because we mustn't have stripes in a cricket pitch. The next stage, we have to thin out the density of these grasses. And this must come out. We need to thin this out and lift up the grasses for the next cut to expose a little bit of the soil in between. Now this is essential because too much density will give too much emphasis to the bowler. Now we achieve this by use of scarifying equipment. Now if your club or yourself are very fortunate to have high-tech kit like this, a mechanical scarifier, that's absolutely perfect. Using a scarifying reel such as that will do a lot of the hard work of the job, but it's essential that you don't adjust it to disturb the surface of the soil of the pitch. This is a very good implement. It's just a pedestrian scarifier to lift and pull out the debris in the grasses for a finer cut. Or, if you're really strapped for cash, there's nothing like a good old-fashioned springbok rake, and you can achieve that. It's hard work, but you'll see that I'm lifting up a lot of the debris, pulling it out, ready for the next cut. That's excellent. What you'll notice is that Dan has finished his scarification round about where the popping crease would be, 4 foot in front of the bowling crease. There's no point in scarifying and thinning out the area where the bowler lands. We might as well assist the wear and tear at that point. Now that the grasses are lifted up and any prone lateral growth is lifted up and arisings, Dan is now mowing them up clean for the second cut. He's then going to use the mechanical scarifier to complete the process, but this will be ongoing. We'll continue this process until we're absolutely satisfied we've got about the right amount of density out of the pitch. Okay, that process is finished. We're happy now with the amount of grass that we've taken out of the density. We've started to see a little bit of the soil between the grasses, but remember not to take out too much at first, because once the grasses have come out, you can't put them back again. So this process now has to be taken further, because if in dry weather, if there's been no rain around, we need to soften this pitch up for the next essential stage of the heavy roller. That will give us the firm, hard surface for match day. So we need to start this process of pitch preparation for first class or better class of cricket between 14 to 10 days ideally, but for recreational cricket we present about 5 days before the start of the game. So the next step is to prodigiously water to soften. And now we have the water that's soaked in nicely. We're almost at the point of bringing the roller on, but just to make sure we're right, neither too wet nor too dry, with a rule of thumb, if we can get a nice dish-shaped impression in the soil to see if it's in a nice plasticine state without leaving too much of a stain, that's just right. Also, use of my probe, I'm going nicely through, that's perfect, it's going nicely through the profile, and now's the time to go over the surface and examine if there's any holes or depression. Now's the chance you can just gently get underneath it, lift it up, firm it down. That's it. And now we're ready to bring the roller on.
All right, and just to conclude everything that was stated before, we stated that pitch curating is an essential part of cricket and it evolved over the years, as Anika touched on. And today is a specialized job where you need people who are basically experts in the field to create the experience of a good cricket match and have a fair contest between each team. With the technology, the new upcoming technologies, the future created looks very promising, and you could expect that cricket pitches can become even better in the future, and we could have even better technologies being used to create a good cricket atmosphere and a cricket match. Curating during the game is important, and the curator must always monitor the pitch condition to make necessary changes during the game. And overall, curating is a delicate balancing act that requires skill, knowledge, and experience. So now we're just going to get into our little quiz, and our two students, Keenan and Chazelle, will be answering the questions, right? So the first question, what is the role of the curator? So let me go with Chazelle first.
A, to prepare the pitch for a cricket match.
All right, Keenan. Sorry, I'm not hearing you, Keenan.
A, to prepare the pitch for a cricket match.
Next question. What is the purpose of rolling the pitch? So basically using the heavy roller. Keenan.
To even out any bumps. C.
C, to even out any bumps.
Correct. He is correct. To even out any bumps on the cricket pitch. All right. What is the difference between a green and a dry pitch? Chazelle, you can take your time to read it before you answer. Yeah, it was stated in the presentation where you just had to think a little bit.
B,
Keenan?
Yeah, I believe it's C also.
The correct answer is actually A. The green pitch has more grass and it's more favorable to fast bowlers. So what is the purpose? Number 4, what is the purpose of covering the pitch before a match? Keenan?
A, to protect it from rain.
Chazelle?
A,
Correct. A, to protect it from the rain. All right, number 5 now. The creator is responsible for ensuring that the pitch is safe for the players to use. True or false?
True.
true.
The correct answer is true. The creator is responsible for this. Number 6. The creator is responsible for deciding which team gets the bat first. Keenan,
False.
Giselle.
False.
False is the correct answer. Number 7, weather conditions can significantly affect the way a cricket pitch behaves. Keenan,
True.
Giselle.
True.
All right, they learn something, man. All right. Number 8, the type of soil used to make a cricket pitch has no effect on how the ball bounces or spins. Keenan,
False.
Giselle.
False.
Right, yeah, the correct answer is false. Number 9, the amount of grass left on the pitch can affect how the ball moves. Keenan,
True.
okay, Giselle.
True.
Correct answer is true. Now, boy, we looking to have a tie here, man. Deciding question. The hardness of the pitch can affect how the ball bounces. Keenan,
False.
Giselle.
True.
And Giselle takes the win because the answer is true.
I cannot swear. How does that first?
All right, so this concludes our presentation. We'd like to thank everybody for paying attention. Any questions, you can get in contact with us.